The microphone is for music. Don't worry, I'm not making a video essay. And if my nose is a bit red, I've just been hit with allergies right as I've hit record, so that's great. And I'm like rubbing all over my face. So really, really fun, really good. I'm going to try not to make this too long and try to do it in a way where I basically won't have to edit it at all, because I've tried to make this video numerous times, but I get in my head about it and then I end up deleting the video. That's happened like twice now over the past couple of months. So I will just look at my bullet points, drag out whatever I can possibly squeeze out of those bullet points, and then end the video and not edit it. I hope that works. 1,000 subscribers has just happened, which is interesting. I'm not sure how many of those subscribers are even active because I don't post very much, like a couple times a year at this point, mainly because the changes that I was documenting with being on testosterone have obviously slowed down because most of the major changes happened in the first couple of years. It's not that I haven't noticed changes since then, but they're so few and far between that they don't warrant a whole video. But 5 years seems like a significant enough milestone to document. But yeah, I imagine all those subscribers accrued have probably come in from earlier videos or ones that have gained spikes in views. It does kind of beg the question for me, oh, what if I was more consistent? But I've seen what happens when I try to make videos more consistently. I think for that to happen, I would probably have to start making videos that weren't just about trans topics, and whether or not I have the energy for that, I don't know. Maybe I'll drop one every now and then. See, I say that, and that's like the main way to get me to not do something is if I say maybe I'll do it. So we'll see, which means we won't, but maybe. 5 years on testosterone as of a couple months ago. So I'm way late, but I went back and watched my first day on testosterone video, and I mean, to be fair, it seems like all of my expectations were pretty well measured and reasonable. I haven't had any major shocks. I think I said in that video that I was expecting that I would want to... Did I say I was going to be on gel? I don't remember what I said. Either way, I know that at that time, I wasn't expecting to be on Libido the whole time. But I am. I am now. I'm on Libido, which is the every 3-month one, every 12-week one. And yeah, no looking back, really. Got another shot tomorrow, actually. Changes that I've experienced overall, perhaps maybe if you've landed on this video and you've not seen the previous ones, what's new? I mean, this and... well, it's made, this, well, not like, I had a throat, like, voice got lower, as you might expect. I can put on muscle more easily, which is fun. Lots more hair everywhere. I mean, that kind of counts as this, but just imagine this, but I'm also motioning to this and everything. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a lot happier. There's the physical changes, and then there's just, I think, almost more importantly, the emotional changes, although the emotional changes would not have happened if not for the physical changes, so blah, 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 blah. Yeah, no regrets whatsoever. Best decision I ever made. Joint best decision I ever made, along with top surgery, which also in the same month as being 5 years on T. I also hit 3 years. Did I say 5 months on T? I can't remember. Editing. 3 years post top surgery. Tits. Yeah, I haven't showed in a while. Yeah, so they're even more faded than they were before. Again, as you would expect, kind of how that works. I did bio oil nearly every day for maybe the first year, just kind of massaging the scars. Now I don't really do anything at all because I'm kind of happy with how they look. Like, they're not the most thin scars, but that's never really bothered me. Plus, I have quite a bit of body hair anyways, so people don't really tend to ever notice them if I was to be in a situation where I am shirtless. It doesn't really present an issue. I don't ever really think about it anymore. It's nice to kind of be at the point where being trans is not necessarily something that I have to think about. As far as I'm concerned, in a physical sense, I feel done with my transition, which is nice. Any further options that I could take, or like lower surgery, for me personally, and I know this isn't the case for everybody, but for me, I kind of just prefer what I have, and find it manageable, and it doesn't really bother me enough to undertake something so monumental that would have such a long recovery time and also have such high risk of complications. All of those factors just kind of make it not worth it for me, at least at this point in time. Who knows if for some reason a decade from now I could develop some kind of major dysphoria that would affect the way I see things. And don't get me wrong, I still experience dysphoria in that regard, but it's so... I feel like it, honestly, and maybe it speaks to like how people are viewing trans people nowadays anyways, now that we've become so much more present in the public eye, and for the better or for worse, is that at the very least, it's become a much more normal thing. The body type that I have has become far more normalized. I kind of see it everywhere now. So to think of myself in that way and to look at what my body looks like, it doesn't really... I don't feel like an anomaly, and I don't feel unusual or strange towards it. I just kind of look at it and go, oh, I'm a different body type. That's just what... I'm just this category of man, if that makes sense. Like, still a man, and I would just kind of see myself as like a boring binary man, but in terms of body type, somewhat different. That's, again, kind of comforting to me. Not comforting, normal. I think the word is just normal. It just feels like, okay, I can do this. This is cool. Does that make any sense? Have I been vague talking for the last 5 minutes? Whatever. Those were the main three things, really. I wanted to keep it fairly brief because do I have a huge amount to add on to that? Do I still experience, like, depression every now and then? Of course I do, but that's more so a byproduct of, like, living in the UK, being alive, being 24. All of those factors would make me quite sad whether I was trans or not, I think. And of course, being trans, especially trans in the UK, adds an extra layer of anxiety and upset to it. And then, of course, there are also personal factors contributing to when I feel sad or when I feel happy. Everything compounds one another, but does being trans specifically cause me much grief anymore? No, not really. And it's very nice. I'm fortunate to be able to say that. So... that's that, really. Yeah? Was there anything else? No, I don't think so. I'll just keep that as a quite brief one. A kind of, I'm alive, here's what I look like, here's where I'm at. And if I think of anything else, or if you think of anything that, for some reason, you'd want my insight on, I don't know why you would, but if you do, I could try and think about it. I could write some stuff down, then maybe read it off. Yeah. All right, bye.